maybe about 18 years ago, I bought this house, and I kept getting these insane water bills. The water bills were just insane. Like, why are these water bills so crazy? I'm a single man living in this house. Anyway, my neighbor told me I needed to dig a well. So I called this guy over to come, an engineer. He comes out, and we're walking the yard, and he's putting out all of these orange flags as to all these places he thinks that we could find water. As he's digging one, I said, okay, go ahead. So as he starts digging this one well, didn't hit anything. So then he goes on to the next one. Little flag, he's digging, never hits water. He goes to the next one, never hits water. And I keep having to pay these bills, and I got so frustrated. I said, never mind, I'll just keep paying the water bill because I'm not going to do this. A few months passed, I still get these crazy water bills. So what I decided to do was call him back. So he comes back out. I said, you dig right here, this well, and you dig, and you don't stop until you hit water. So he starts digging. He gets down to about 800 feet. He said, we haven't hit water. This is pretty deep. I said, you keep going. Gets down a little deeper, still has not hit water. I said, you keep going, you keep going. He said, okay, we're going to take the night off. We're over 1,000 feet deep. We'll be back in the morning. That night I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm just wasting money. I'm not going to do it. As soon as he gets in the morning, I'm going to tell him to stop digging. That morning he comes out, he starts the machine. I'm on my way down to him. The machine starts. He was 4 inches away from the water that I needed. Why am I telling you all this? Why am I talking about digging for water? In this world, we're all digging wells. In our lives, we're digging wells. We're digging wells in relationships where we put all this time and effort and energy, and sometimes it doesn't give us what we need. We put all our time and effort and energy in our dreams and our business, and it doesn't give us what we need or what we were after. But if you just keep digging, my God, if you could just hear me right now, just keep digging. You may be 4 inches away from every gift and every blessing that you've ever wanted in your life. Had I given up when I was homeless, when I was sleeping in my car, when I was hungry, had I given up, these people that you see on this screen right now would not be a part of my dream. There are people who are tied into your dream and your destiny, and you are worthy of getting to your goal. Keep digging. Don't stop.
When I first started telling jokes, I made $25 a night. The first year in comedy, I made $3,000. The third year, I made about $7,200. I became homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years because I wasn't making enough money. But guess what? I kept telling them $25 jokes till they started paying me $250 a night. I kept telling them $25,000 jokes till they started paying me $75,000 a night. Them the same $25 jokes. They ain't nothing but English. I just kept repetition over and over and over, and keep praying about it. I kept praying about it. I kept leaning on my mama. She said, he didn't bring you this far to leave. You know, I could have gave up a long time ago. I just kept fighting. God is gonna come through and do what he say he gonna do, but it all happens at an appointed time. But you have to stay in faith for the appointed time to happen for you. I've been wanting to be on TV since I was 10 years old. You know how old I was before I got on TV? 38. 28 years after I wrote it on the paper. I won't be on TV. It took me 28 years to get on TV. But it happened at an appointed time. I just never gave up the faith. I kept going because I didn't know how to quit. Because I know if I quit, it cannot happen. But if you stay with it, you have no idea what can happen for you.
Now, how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times? You must have faith. You've got to believe in your abilities, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore, you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. So how long you been working on this? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People are going to do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. You got to keep on watering your dream. And when it began to happen, they stopped laughing. They said, look, hey man, you know, I know you can do it. Look, you got a job here. See, during those hard times, when you fell and things didn't work out, they were nowhere to be found. When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. The kind of person you become, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
If you're going to fulfill your destiny, you have to have a made-up mind that no matter what comes against you, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you are not going to stay down. You're going to keep pressing forward, looking for your next victory. The people that succeed are not necessarily the most talented, they are the most determined. When they fail, they don't see that as final. They learn from it and try again. And in life, there's always something coming against us. Disappointments, unfair situations. Too many people just give up and think, well, it just wasn't meant to be. No, if you're going to experience God's best, you have to have a warrior mentality. Your attitude should be, if I have to stand in faith my whole lifetime, I am not going to give up on what God has put in my heart. God did not create us to give up when it gets hard. The right spirit is to say, yes, I'm having some big challenges, but I know I serve a big God. But some of you today, you've allowed your circumstances to push you down. Now you're tempted to give up on what God's placed in your heart. But I'm asking you to dig your heels in and say, no, I will not give up on my dreams. I will not give up because somebody did me wrong. I will not give up because it's taken longer than I thought. I'm going to become everything God's created me to be, and I'm going to have everything God intended for me to have. As long as God has given me breath to breathe, I'm going to keep pressing forward, believing for His very best. I don't understand why this has happened to me. Why was I raised in a negative environment? I don't know why, but I do know this. Nothing that has happened to you can keep you from your God-given destiny. You can take the hand you've been dealt and win with it. God would not have allowed it unless He had a divine purpose. And if you will shake off the self-pity, then God will not only bring you out, but He's promised He will bring you out better off than you were before. I have a friend that's had cancer 3 times. I've never once seen him down and defeated. He has this never say die attitude. He's not focused just on what medical science says. He's focused on what God says. His attitude is, this too shall pass. It's not permanent. It's only temporary. Sickness cannot stay in my body. I'm a temple of the Most High God. He has this holy determination. No matter how long it's taken, he's unshakable, immovable. He's got a made-up mind. Most people, while they're waiting to take the treatment, they just relax, take it easy to get prepared. Not this young man. Every day he'd go out and work out, run. All the while he was envisioning himself healthy and whole. And today he's totally healthy and whole, completely cancer-free. You've got to have a never say die attitude. There may be some bumps along the way. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. And if you will stay in faith, God will turn every battlefield into a blessing field. A new season is coming your way. Winter always gives way to spring. A brighter season is right around the corner. Don't give up on a dream just because you don't see anything happening and it looks dead. Your new season could start tomorrow. You could see things start to blossom in your life this coming week. Things take off in your finances, in your health. Your strength comes back. You feel good once again. What happened? The season changed. Looked like it was never work out, but you stepped into a new season. God has seasons of promotion, blessing, and favor in your future you've never seen before. Now you've got to do your part and get in agreement with God. Anybody can quit. Anybody can get discouraged because it's taken a long time. But it takes a man or woman of great faith to say, it looks like my dreams have died, nothing is going my way, but I am not moved by what I see. I'm moved by what I know. I know I would not have breath to breathe if God didn't have another victory in my future.